Hey Leo, so the message I have for y'all is talking about, for some of y'all may be feeling like y'all are in a space of just being at a standstill. It's like you want to move forward. You might have a vision of how you want your life to be, but it's just like it's a lot of delays coming up, a lot of obstacles coming in your way when you're trying to reach a goal or get to where you want to be. And you're also feeling like there's a lot of indecision. So it's like, you might have to make some decisions, but you just indecisive about where you're going or the moves or the process that you have to make. And I also feel like you have the message that's saying there's a fear of sacrifice. Like maybe some of y'all are in fear of what you may have to give up in spite of like where you're going. Yeah, so like some of y'all is just basically could be in fear of giving up something. And you may have to give up something that you are in fear of giving up in order to get something so much more. So don't be in fear of having to sacrifice. In life we have to make sacrifices. And your message is saying, listen, don't be afraid to sacrifice, because the sacrifice is going to lead to something much greater. So just trust the process, Leo. Trust the process and what you may have to give up, okay? And be patient with your process and where you're going, because you're at a delay for a reason. Obstacles are coming for a reason. You're at a standstill for a reason. You may just be anxious to kind of be successful or get to where you're going, but you got to trust the process, because it's all going to unravel in a way that is going to work out for you. So don't get caught up in being anxious. And for some of y'all need mental clarity. It's like you don't have mental clarity. Your mind could be all over the place and scattered because you're trying to make moves, make things happen. You want to hurry up and get something over with, but it's like you need time to kind of sit with yourself and be disciplined so that you can get to the point of having mental clarity. Because for some of y'all minds is just all over the place with so many ideas, so many goals, just so many moves that you want to make. But you have to be patient. You have to take your time, okay? And you'll also have the message of recover. So that could be the reason why you're at a standstill, because you're in a space where you really need to recover from certain things that have taken place in your life, in your past. You need to tap into what you need to recover from, okay? Because it's important for where you're going, because you don't want to bring anything from the past into your future and how you really, do see yourself, because you do see yourself successful in making it happen for yourself. So that could be why you're at a standstill, because you need to recover. You need to clear out some old energy, basically, from your past, okay? So you're having the opportunity to recoup from any losses. So for some of y'all might feel like in the past y'all took some big L's, super losses, and you need to recuperate. That's why things aren't moving the way that you want them to move, and you have to just understand that. And then for some of y'all, it's like you really need to heal from past hurts, because in the past somebody hurt you deeply and it traumatized you, and you might really need to work through that. Just it could be little things that you may not even be aware of that you need to work through. And this message is saying, listen, you got to work through this before you can move forward. And you'll be in a state of renewal. But recovery is important for you, especially on your path and where you're going, because you're in the process of doing some big things and you don't want to kind of let your past interfere with it, okay? And then you have the message of distractions, Leo. So maybe for some of y'all could be allowing things or people to distract you, and it could be you just trying to be distracted from having to deal with the emotions of some form of past trauma or the things that have hurt you in the past. And so your message is basically saying that you could be in your head a lot. You're overthinking a situation, and at the same time you're trying to escape it. It's like you're trying to bypass the emotions, like, oh, I don't got time for that, let's just move on, let's move forward. And it's like, no, you can't escape and be distracted by things. You really have to sit and feel all that you're feeling, go through it, cry, be angry, be mad, whatever the case may be. Don't avoid your emotions. Don't avoid the fact that your heart was broken. Don't avoid the fact that you literally feel some type of way about a situation, and you need to release all of this, because this stuff is going to come with you into your new ventures if you don't basically get to the bottom of it, if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't, feel it. So you just need to basically feel and release, and just honor how you felt or what someone has done to you, okay? And so you also have the message that is saying, I want to share this with y'all. Take your time and process all information that you need to avoid feeling overwhelmed. So for some of y'all could be feeling overwhelmed with a lot because you're not processing what you're feeling. It's like you're just trying to bypass it. You're trying to be distracted. So allow your thoughts to come and go without trying to force your next steps. Allow your thoughts to come and go without trying to force your next steps. It's like you're trying to force something to happen that doesn't need to happen right now. Okay? So it's okay to have a lot on your mind, Leo, and to be caught up in distractions sometimes. But balance is necessary to allow you to see clearly and prioritize, okay? So yeah, sometimes we can distract ourselves because we don't want to deal with things, and that's okay. But at some point, we still gotta get to the root of what we're running from or trying to be distracted by, okay? And then you also have the message for look for a sign. So if you feel like you really need some deep clarity to something, you need to look for a sign, or you need to say, listen, God, if this is the route I'm supposed to take, show me, a red bird. And if I'm not supposed to do that, then, show me something, whatever, X, Y, and Z, whatever it could be, So you need to look for a sign, maybe ask for a sign, then look for it. Be aware, be open to your surroundings so you can gain some type of clarity on what you need to do, because, spirit or your creator is going to show you whatever it is that you ask for. So be open to a sign, ask for a sign. If you need to go on something, put it out there that you want to see, a blue butterfly or whatever the case may be, or a red bird, whatever. And then you'll have your answer. And also you'll have the message of ask for help from others. So if you really feel like you need help, and Leos can have big pride. It's like, I could do everything on my own. I don't need nobody. I can handle this. And if I can't do it on my own, I'm gonna get through it. If that's how you think, Leo, this could be the moment where you really just need to ask for help from others. The people that's really close to you that you can really depend on, or, will be there to support you, to listen to you, or maybe even just help you in the best way that they can. But don't feel like you have to do everything on your own. Then you have the message of trauma bond. So for some of y'all, you are currently involved in a trauma bond relationship, and it's time to detach. So maybe you're in a relationship where you've basically attach yourself to this person due to a specific trauma, and it's time for you to detach. Maybe that trauma bond served its purpose, and you gotta move forward. Okay, seek a support system and recognize your individual power. So if you feel like you need another individual to rely on to make it happen, this message is saying that's not true. Okay, seek a support system and recognize your individual power. Detach from this trauma bond. You have your own individual power. You don't need another person to make it on your own. You need to understand and know how powerful you are, Leo, that you have the capacity to do things on your own, stand on your own, and you don't have to be in a trauma bond and feel like you're obligated to be attached to a person, because that's the only way you're going to make it. That's the only way that you are going to be able to, become successful or get the things you want, because it's not. And if you think like that, Leo, it's like you're not you don't know your own power. You don't know how powerful you are and what you can do on your own. So detach from that. And you have what it takes to stand on your own. So do not feel like you do not have what it takes to stand on your own, Leo, because you do. You can stand on your own. You can make it happen for yourself. And it's time to release the trauma bonds to move on. Okay? Then you have the message of today, I trust myself. Today, I know that I will make the right decisions to maintain a happy and healthy life. You deserve that. You deserve a happy and healthy life. And that you know that you will make the right decisions to maintain that. It's your birthright. Okay, it's your birthright to have a happy and healthy life. You don't have to live with trauma bonds. You know, that's a thing of the past. You're moving into a new beginning, a new way of living, and a lot of doors will open up for you. And you just got to trust that process and surrender and detach from the trauma bond. So trust yourself. If anything, that's the message that I have for y'all. Peace.